Hello there, I'm Dan here from Tech Support, and today I would like to show you how to automatically generate a video based on a trigger in Go High Level. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use workflows both here in Sendspark and also in Go High Level. So you can see that we have our own workflows system here on the left hand side. You can just click on agentic workflows, create a new one, and this is where we'll be starting, of course. So we need to add a trigger, so we'll make a click here and I'll go ahead and type actually not high level but actually webhooks. Okay, and we'll have this webhook option, and then I'll go ahead and select incoming. You can just set up a new connection. You can just put something like November 26th. Okay, so we can leave the rest empty. You can go for continue, and then you can click on got it here. Yep, everything is fine. Okay, now we'll need to click on wait for webhook. We'll just stand here. Okay, and now we'll go into go high level. And what I'm doing here is, of course, like I said before, I'm creating a workflow. And when it comes to the trigger, there are so many options here. You can go like whenever someone, I don't know, schedule a call with you, you can do that. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to do something very simple. I'm going to use this one that I like very much, which is contact tag, which is basically you need to click here to add a filter, which is basically whenever I add a tag to someone, that person, of course, will just access this workflow and it will go to what I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so I'll do a new one here. So I'll just put November 26th. To keep it simple, I'll actually remove that capital letter. I'll just put November 26th so I don't have any mistakes later on. That's a pro tip. Never use spaces there or capital letters somewhere because it might be a problem later on in automations. So yeah, I'll just type that, click on add new tag, okay, and I'll save that trigger here. Okay, now when it comes to the action, the following action will be webhooks. So you can just type webhook and you'll have this too. So just be sure to go for this second one here, okay? Okay, so right here in the URL section, what I'm going to do is to copy this, and then I'll go back and I'll paste that here. We can leave the rest just as it is. There's no need to change anything else but this part, which is, the raw body, which is basically in other words the payload. Okay, so I'll provide this in the help article, so no worries, but I have it here so I can just copy and paste that. Okay, so I'll grab this and I'll paste it here. Okay, so what we are basically doing here is we're just mapping some fields that we'll later need when we create a second step in dynamic videos here, so we can generate the video, right? And there are also a few pieces of data that we need to configure this payload. So yeah, basically what we're getting here is that whenever you send the same person twice, you'll see that it says, well, the force creation is in false, so it won't happen. But if you turn this true, be sure to keep it like this, like keep first valid, so it always keep the first one that you sent, and you don't keep on like overriding it. Okay. So yeah, this needs to be true, so that's all good. Now, just a piece of advice, or again, another tip. This is something that you can set up the way that you want, like contact website. This is the background URL, or contact name, for instance, something that you might have saved under another type of field inside of a Go High Level. So you can just erase that, and you can just type like name, and you'll see you'll have the options right there to select from. um, but yes, something important to note is that you do not want probably the full name. So it's important to just keep that in mind, so you don't end up like sending more data that you want, especially when it comes to voice cloning. Okay, so I'll save this action. Okay, and that's all that we want. We can save this. Okay, and now since it's saved, I can just go ahead and run a test here, and I'll choose this one, and I'll run the test. And because we're here waiting, like we're in this webhook catcher, This is just waiting for data to be sent. We just got it. So this is perfect because this will allow us to move on to the second step. So second step is Sendspark action, create a dynamic video. And I do have a campaign that I already created, but take your time, build up campaign, record your video, go ahead and fill this out. As you can see, I don't have anything here, right? So my campaign is called GHL webhook. So I'll go ahead and type it GHL. I don't have it. Oh, sorry, this is the connection. My apologies. Let me select my name here, Dan. Let me click on continue. And then when it comes to dynamic video campaign ID, that's where here it is. If you do not see it because probably you created the campaign afterward, just go ahead and click on update list and you'll see it coming through. Okay. So go high level webhook, that's the one. And now we're going to map the data that we just introduced before here. So I'll click on contact name and I can just type in this bar name and you'll get contact name, right? Exactly what we have right here. Okay. And we'll do the same for contact email. So I'll just type email, I'll get that. And then I'll need to expand this and I can click on background URL. So I can type, not website, but background actually, background URL. Okay. So that's all that I'm doing right now. I don't need anything else. You can of course take your time and map other fields, but yeah, I think this is enough. Okay. Okay, so now if I click on start, I believe that if I do run the test, this will go through and I'll see this coming through. So I'll click again here and then run test. Okay. So because just one thing for you to notice, we have these execution logs, so you can always go here and see the data that has been sent. If you want to double check. So yeah, but now I'll just go here. This is in with data. If you need to go back here at the bottom, you can see builder and you can see, again, you need to pause it and, if you want to edit something. But, let's go back to history. We'll see this. I'll click here and I can see that, the incoming data was received. That's good, success. We have this on waiting, but no worries. Do not trust this because it will probably take some time until the confirmation gets sent. So instead of just waiting here on the waiting batch, let's go to the campaign and let's refresh this page. Okay, so we got that, right away, very easily, very quickly, and so I would say like this tutorial ends here. But if you want to take, another step forward, what you can do in this builder, I think I can close this. Yeah. If you want to do something else, you can always like create another workflow, but then you can just put a waiting time here and then you can just select like send an email. And if you go here to the dynamic video campaign, click on share campaign and type lead connector, which is the real name for go high level. So there are two places where you can build an email. The marketing one, where you can build it with graphics, through the email builder actually, and then we have this kind of plain text only email section. So we'll click on lead connector, right? So I can paste this right here, just like that, okay? And then I can save this. Let me check something quickly. Okay, yeah. So I can save this and yeah, now because well, we need to do a couple of extra things, but what I'm saying is that if you add a second step here like a waiting time and then you add the email, like let's say a day, right? And then you add the email step. Now every time you generate a video or you add a tag, in my case because that's the action I selected, a video will be generated. And then because you're waiting one day, the email will be sent. And because there's already here at the bottom, there's already this this thumbnail that we call it, like it's a placeholder, so it's not what they'll get, of course, but that thumbnail has a code behind it and it will turn into the right video once it captures the email that you have here, right? So for instance, I generated a video for Joshua, and that's what we use. So you can see that this is, of course, the real video, the real website we want behind it, but this is just a placeholder, and it will just turn into the right video. Okay. So hopefully this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.